Detoxification is not for sissies. You know how often I hear that in this line of work? Hey, it's Marie, and I'm over at A Place to Heal, and thanks for joining me again. And today we're going to be talking about detoxification. Recently I did a video on the Tavis Bradley tonics, and I got some slack. I got emails, I got comments, everything else. But with that being said, I just want to say, I'm going to hold my ground on that, because detoxification can be very, very serious. There's two types of detoxification. You have the people that go into the health food store. I see them all the time, and they're talking to the lady at the counter, and they're like, I haven't gone to the bathroom in like 4 or 5 days. I want to detox my colon. What do I do about this? Oh, here, have these little pills. Yeah, right. And, those will help you out. And, and then Monday they go right back to eating their Burger King, their McDonald's, drinking their sodas, blah, 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 blah. That's not the kind of detoxification that I'm talking about, and this video is not dedicated to those people. The detoxification that I'm talking about are the people that are either very, very ill with a death sentence, or they've decided that they just feel horrible, they need to clean up their act, and they get in there and they tear their system up, break it down, and rebuild all the cells, all the tissues, and yes, it can be done, and gain their health back and their mobility back. And that's the people that this video is dedicated towards, the people that are willing to put the work in and do the work. Basically, the way I look at detoxification is that it's a pyramid. And just, you remember the old pyramids in school? I look at detoxification. I can't even say what I actually work at. It's the exact same pyramid. At the very bottom, you have all your junk. You have all the processed foods. All that junk is the big square at the bottom. And then the second one at the top, you have your beans, the stuff that's not as toxic as all the processed stuff. And then, the other little triangle is going to be your greens and your vegetables and your fruit and your green juices. And the very, very top of the pyramid is going to be your herbs and your fruits. And in order to detoxify, you can go detoxifying going up that pyramid. At the very top, you have your fruit. Those are your biggest detoxifiers. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that's like, this is the program, just do this, this, and this, and that will detoxify you. Do this, this, and this, and that'll detoxify you. Take these herbs, and that will detoxify you. Take these tonics, and that will detoxify you. That will get your health back. And when I was very, very, very heavy, and I don't think the men can relate to this, because I don't think they do it in the men's department, but they do it in the women's department, so you women know exactly what I'm talking about. You go, and when you're very heavy, stretch pants are the best thing to wear, because, they don't bind, they don't cut. And you can pick up these pants, and on the inside of the tag, it says one size fits all. Well, I bought a pair of those pants once. I took them home, and I got them about to halfway up my thighs, and that's about as far as they went. One size does not fit all. And I've noticed that in detoxification. You cannot just say, here, take this, 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 and this, and that's what's going to work. Or this, 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 and this, and that's what's going to work. Everyone is an individual. Everyone has different issues that they're dealing with. Not just body-wise, but also physically and mentally, that they are dealing with. And in order for you to be a healer, in order for you to help others, if you're thinking about being a healer, or if you're trying to heal yourself, you have to look at the body as a whole, and you have to heal the entire body. Mind, body, soul, there's a connection. And as a healer, you're not just working with people who are sick And you're not just dealing with people who are detoxifying. You're healing with people who have a lot of emotional scars. And a lot of that stuff is going to come up in detoxification, and you have to be able to know how to handle that and help someone through that when those things arise. You have to realize that when you're detoxifying, I mean, fruit can kill. You know, I tell people detoxification can, it could be challenging, but it can be done very smoothly. Or it could be really bad and it can literally kill you. You know, when we first start out, all the fluid that's running through our body is nice and smooth. You know, it runs like water. You have your lymphatic fluid that's flowing nicely. You have your blood, it's all flowing nicely. But as the years go by and we put more and more junk into our body and more toxins into our body, you know, I mean, you don't even have to smoke or do drugs or drink, or, you know, just the toxins alone that you're breathing in, that's all going into your body. And it starts slowing those fluids down. And by the time you're in your 40s, you're in your 50s, I mean, you're not looking at nice, cool running water anymore. You're looking at the consistency of honey or molasses, you know. And if you take someone off the street and you say, hey, let me detoxify you, here's a bowl full of fruit, and I want you to spend the next 2 weeks eating fruit, that person could very possibly die. Because fruit is a very strong detoxifier. And when your kidneys are not filtering, and if you want to contact me about that, I can send you to people that show you how to get your kidneys to filter. When your kidneys are not filtering properly, when your kidneys are not working properly, and your adrenals are not working properly, and you start pushing that fluid to move, and it is just basically sludge, you could cause some damage. And then, you know, you start, you know, well, you want to detoxify, make sure you drink a lot of water. You start drinking a lot of water, stuff isn't moving, your kidneys aren't filtering, you know, you can end up with pulmonary edema. You know, you can end up with some pneumonia, you know, in your lungs, because all that fluid has nowhere to go. Your bowels aren't moving, it can't eliminate it through your bowels. Your kidneys aren't filtering, it can't eliminate it through your kidneys. It's going to try to eliminate it through your lungs, and then you're going to be in trouble. So, you know, detoxification is, if you really want to get in there and you really want to tear things up, you really got to know what you're doing. You know, there's a lot of young healers right now, and God bless them. I think it's wonderful. This is the way to change the world. And there's a lot of younger people who are getting into detoxification, and that is great. Because if you ever notice that the reason that you bond with a person is because you have certain things in common. You know, I have a tendency to radiate towards people who have things in common with me. You know, if I'm at a party and the guy over on corner A is talking about deer hunting and killing animals and going frogging and, you know, how good they taste, and I have the lady over here in corner B who's talking about a spiritual nature and talking about veganism, I'm going to go towards her, because that is what I resonate with, and that is what I have in common with her. I have nothing in common with gentlemen in corner A. So we kind of, you know, go towards what we feel comfortable with. So a lot of the healers that are in their 20s and their 30s, they're dealing with customers and clients that are in their 20s and their 30s. Since I am older, my clients are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. When you get to the point where you're dealing with clients who are in their 50s, their 60s, and their 70s, there's a lot further damage that has been done. And when you're looking at detoxification, you know, you're looking at people that are on all sorts of prescribed medications. You're looking at people who are on Dilantin because whatever the doctors feel that they want to put them on. So, you know, you have to deal with that. You have to deal with people who are on blood pressure medication, because a lot of the people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s are on blood pressure medication because it's like the thing to do. I mean, your blood pressure goes up, you gotta be put on blood pressure medication. Another big problem is blood thinners. A lot of the people that I come into contact with are on Coumadin, and Coumadin is very, very serious. I mean, they even have Coumadin clinics, and the problem is, there is a lot of herbs that are also blood thinners. You cannot mix those with Coumadin, and because, I mean, the person could literally hemorrhage to death. So you have to be, very, very careful when you are detoxing, older people. You just have to, so, I mean, very rarely. I just recently had a woman who is 70, and wow, I mean, she has had a really good diet almost all of her life. What we took out of her diet was, I mean, very little, because she was like on such a great diet. All she needed to do was get away from the meat and the dairy. She had never drank milk. She had never drank coffee. She had never smoked. She had never done drugs. I mean, she was like the perfect client. Within 6 months, and this woman needed a hip replacement. And she actually called her doctor and told her, I don't need a hip replacement anymore. And, and now we have her, she's on 90% fruit already, and she's doing awesome. It's taken me 3 years to get on fruit. And you're going to notice that the more toxic you are, the worse fruit makes you feel. You feel horrible. When I first started this detoxification process, I heard, fruit is the top of the pyramid. If you want to just detox like crazy, use fruit. And I thought, I'm there, and I'm going on a grape fast. That's what I'm going to do. I got a huge bowl of grapes, ate them all, and I spent the entire night tossing and turning, wanting to throw up. I have felt like I've been run over by a Mack truck, and I could have eaten a brick. It would have been the same thing. These grapes sat in my stomach and would not digest. They tore me up from one end of my colon to the other, and I literally thought, I thought I was going to die that night. I really did. I felt horrible. And so a lot of people don't know the correlation with food. I know a lot of people that are like, oh, I can't eat fruit. It makes me feel horrible. I get the headaches. And man, it feels like, of course, because the more toxic you are, the more those fruits are going to get into that lymphatic system and try to move that sludge. And it hurts, when it tries to move that. So this is all stuff that your clients need to know, when that this stuff can happen. So I advise anyone, if you're going to really detoxify, if you're very serious about this, if you want to change your life around, if you want to get in there, if you want to rebuild your cells, you want to rebuild your tissue, you want to get rid of scar tissue, you want to get rid of tumors, you want to get rid of cancer, you want to get rid of lupus, you want to get rid of anything that you have in your body, turn your whole life around, find someone that knows what they're doing to help you. Don't just go at it alone. There is now tons of people out there that know what they're doing. They're wonderful healers, and they can help you. And there's tons of doctors that are not that expensive. They might be in your area. There's a lot of naturopath doctors now that can help you, even though a lot of them don't know the true art of detoxification. But, they can help you get to where you need to be. But there is a lot of people. I do all my help on donations. I have my clients in town which do pay for my services, but whenever I help someone over the internet, because I've had people contact me, it's like, how much do you charge? I do not charge for help over the internet. I do it strictly on donations. I have a page, and if I've helped you or whatever, you can do a donation on that page. It's not mandatory. I just do it because I want to pay it forward, because it's very, very important to me to pay this forward. Someone helped me for very minimal amount of money, and that's what I want to do for others. I donated to that person, and my donations went to go buy someone else a juicer. So how wonderful is that? And that's what I usually do with my donations, is I use them for people like in town that I know are desperate. I mean, I just had a lady that could not afford her herbs and could not afford a juicer, and that's what I used it for. If I am not the person to help you, let me know. If you're in your 20s and you want, you know, if you're a guy, I know that I do have male clients. I have some male clients that are very open. They don't care. They just come to me and they say, hey, this, and this. They don't care. But it's a lot easier for a female to deal with a female. You know, I have females that come to me and say, you know what, I have this problem sexually, or, you know, vaginally, I'm having this problem. But it's a lot harder for a male for me to interview a male, find out what his issues are, and have him tell me, hey, I have erectile dysfunction. What do I do about that? You know, I have some males that don't care. They come to me, they tell me everything, and that's fine. But you need to find someone with that bond that can, you know, that you can be honest with, and that you can say anything that you want. I mean, I've had customers tell me things that I would never tell anyone else, and that are very private, and that's something that you need to help them with too. So you need to find someone to have that bond. So if you're looking for a male detoxification person, or you're looking for a female, you're looking for them in a certain age, contact me. I have a list of all sorts of people that I can put you into contact with. You just tell me the age, you tell me what sex you want, and just give me a little highlight of what your problem might be. You know, I'm perfectly healthy, I just want to detoxify, or, you know, I'm having really bad migraines, whatever the case may be. And I will put you into contact with someone. I'm even thinking of actually doing a video where I can actually send you to certain people. You know, I mean, you can look up Matthew Miller. He's on YouTube. There's Eric Harvey. There's, you know, LaShonda. I mean, I have a list. And just contact me, and I will be more than glad to put you into contact with someone. If I am not the person that you connect with, I'd be more than happy to help you on your journey, so that, you know, maybe someday my wish and my hope is that as I pass this forward, the person that I help heal passes it forward also, and they will help other people to heal. And if we continue this, sooner or later, we are going to have a very happy and very healthy planet. All right, so next time, be careful with your detoxification. Pick someone that can help you take care of yourself and detox safely. Until next time, bye-bye.